It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. A man is due to face Toronto local court today, accused of stealing a brand new ute from a car carrier at Gateshead. Police say the 29-year-old managed to find the keys to the vehicle and removed it from the carrier behind Charlestown Toyota on the Pacific Highway at about 1:30 this morning. However, the car had been placed in standby mode at the factory, meaning it could only be driven at very low speed. Patrolling police spotted the ute and arrested the driver on Scenic Drive at Merriweather after a low-speed pursuit. The Rural Fire Service is warning severe fire conditions in the Hunter could continue over the long weekend. A total fire ban has been declared today for the Greater Hunter amid hot and dry conditions, with peak temperatures of up to 35 degrees expected across the region. Greg Allen from the RFS says anyone with holiday travel plans should check conditions for their journey.
It's also important to know what the fire danger rating is and the conditions of where you might be travelling through and to over the long weekend, and especially over the school holidays. Take a look at the Bureau of Meteorology's website and the Rural Fire Service website, and also keep an eye on the Fires Near Me New South Wales app for the latest information.
Police say they'll be targeting rural and regional roads across the state, including the Hunter, during their safety blitz this long weekend. Double demerits are now in force, and heavy traffic is expected on major roads from today as people head off on long weekend and school holiday trips. The now closed Myuna Bay Sport and Recreation Centre has been targeted by thieves. A large amount of property has been stolen recently, including a caravan and 2 boats. Round-the-clock security had been put in place when the centre closed suddenly in March, but the Herald reports that contract has now ended. Hunter communities should breathe easier after the New South Wales Upper House announced an inquiry into toxic coal ash dumps. Greens MP Abigail Boyd announced the inquiry, which will focus on pollution dumps around coal-fired power stations and potential remediation processes. The inquiry will report its finding in March next year. Bronya Lipsky from Environmental Justice Australia says it's important the community gets involved.
Yes, so there'll be details on the Parliamentary Inquiry website where folks can put in their submission, and Environmental Justice Australia will be engaging with the community to help them understand what that process is and how they can go about making submissions.
A travelling circus visiting the Hunter has become the target of vandals. The Herald reports 3 vehicles used to promote Hudson Circus have been badly damaged in the past fortnight. 2 were tipped on their sides at Maitland and Medowie, while a third, parked near the Big Top at Raymond Terrace, had its window smashed with a rock and the stereo stolen. The circus has been the target of vandals before, with messages scrawled on promotional signs. However, the motive for the latest attacks remains unclear.
2NURFM Sport.
Wallsend's Holly Wheeler is taking part in the Women's NRL Grand Final on Sunday. She'll line up for the Dragons against defending champions Brisbane. Meanwhile, the Newcastle Rebels made short work of an NRL-affiliated states team at Maitland Sports Ground last night, thrashing the visitors 38-0. Newcastle surfer Julian Wilson is through to the round of 32 at the Quicksilver Pro in France, winning his heat overnight. Merriweather's Ryan Callanan is also through, but he only just made it, needing a countback against Brazil's David Silva to advance. And runners from across Asia and the rest of the world are heading to Newcastle this weekend for our first international half marathon. Around 500 runners are taking part, with $10,000 in prize money on offer. The race starts at Nobby's on Sunday morning. And the winning numbers in Powerball are 2, 15, 20, 29, 22, 25 and 11, and the Powerball number is 3. 2NURFM News Time, 26 to 9.